Hello Birgit,
Hello, Marco. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Very good, thank you. Well, actually, good, right? With respect to the weather, it's very nice and sunny out here, but not too happy about Glasstec at the moment, I have to
Well,
admit.
that's the reason we are phoning each other by FaceTime.
Mm.
A few weeks ago, I think it was the end of April, we spoke each other, and you were optimistic about 1.5 meter
Yeah,
measures for the new event, the upcoming Glasstec. But in this 4 or 5 weeks, everything changed. Tell me about it.
unfortunately, yes. Um, I was really certain about Glasstec taking place in autumn, that's right, and I would still be. But as we all face it at the moment, right, we look at the current situation and then circumstances change. And what we were facing for Glasstec was, of course, a very strong impact from the virus now to the industry, which also included big cutbacks for the companies in the glass industry. Many of them are working short time, or are facing really, really bad situations now with the possibility to bring, for example, technology to the customers or working on the equipment at the customer side. And on the other hand, well, 4 weeks later, right, we were all hoping for the situation to get better, but we still have very high uncertainties with respect to travel arrangements or travel possibilities and quarantine regulations. And all this now led to the decision, which we took together with our advisory board and the conceptual sponsors of Glasstec, which is the VDMA, the German Technology Association, the BB Glass, representing the German glass producers or the glass industry, and the Federal Association of the Glacier Trade, presenting the crafts at Glasstec. So together with our conceptual sponsors and the advisory board from the industry, we had to take the decision to postpone Glasstec to 2021, June 2021. And well, yeah, you can imagine, right? Of course, personally, me, I'm not very happy about it because the concept, everything was set, and I'm still sure that a trade show can take place in these times. Um,
So
yeah, but
it's not a personal decision.
no, of course not. No, unfortunately not. No, we were ready, the team and me, we were all really keen on moving forward and hosting Glasstec. As I said, right, we were working already on a setup for Glasstec, which would have considered the different regulations now with bigger aisles. So we were actually working on the planning already, but then we all have to face the industry situation, and it doesn't make sense, right? We host Glasstec to accommodate the industry the best and to supply the industry platform and to give the chance to create new business, meet customers, and unfortunately, um, that's not really possible in autumn this year.
And there was also maybe pressure from the companies. Guardian already said not to come. Bode said, well, we will come, but not with a big stand. Gimaf, with all the Italian companies said, well, this year we don't go to events
Mm.
worldwide. Fenzies gave you advice. Well, if we can choose, they said, please postpone it.
Mm.
Were there already a lot of companies with annulations?
Yes, yes, of course, there were already as well. We postponed the admission date for Glasstec for 4 weeks to give the companies a higher security and a better time to plan their situation or to look at their situation and to consider that in the decision to participate in Glasstec or not. Yes, there were a lot of withdrawals or reductions in space, and but finally, right, what we discussed with every exhibitor, not a special association, but with all our partners, was really how can we keep Glasstec as strong as it was in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and the feedback that we received from the customers, from the exhibitors, and our advisory board was really, we don't want a show which is facing less visitors, high uncertainties regarding the regulations as well for the exhibitors. How many customers can they actually welcome at their booths? And of course, it's the sum, right? And then when we came to the 4 weeks later, or the 4 weeks postponed admission date, yes, there was then a big amount of companies saying, please, we cannot participate this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And how are the reactions? How are the responses of the companies who already subscribed, who already wanted to come?
Yeah. Again, right? It's some companies, or most of them, I have to say, we were really overwhelmed with the feedback that we received, because many companies already, how do you say that, they stepped back from their cancellation and said, yes, June 2021, we're going to participate again. Mm-hmm. Of course, right, June is, and next year is a busy year, because many glass trade shows are happening next year or taking place. What we tried with the date was really to avoid other trade shows and not to have a direct overlap with any other trade show. And we were quite happy to find a date which fits into the tight calendar in Düsseldorf next year, as well as in the global glass industry's calendar. And I hope in June next year we will all be at a stage where we then also first know what the situation with the virus is, and then hopefully, but as I said, right, we all need to consider that we just have the information now, but we hope by then being able to give a real kickoff to the industry again, hopefully that we're all facing a recovery of the industry and that we can move forward, right? And then Glasstec would be just at the right time for the industry to move up and move forward again.
Yeah, do you have a deadline for yourself, for your organization, to start promotion again? Because nobody knows how it goes the second part of the year. Is there a date set?
Well, we now postpone Glasstec by 8 months, right? So that means, again, we have 8 months of planning ahead. The topics are set for Glasstec. We will start the planning for the halls by November, and the new admission date is mid of January. So I hope the companies now take the time, and we do get some feedback from some industry partners already, like the glass industry, the glass producers, who are slightly seeing a return of the industry already. And with these 8 months, I hope by then we really know what the conditions are.
Yeah.
But for the companies who registered already and stepped back, right, they just need to send in a short email saying we want to join again. Mm-hmm. Our colleagues are waiting, and we'll just change the application status again. For the companies who cannot participate in next year because the date doesn't fit into their calendar, of course, right, they can withdraw from the application, and then the normal conditions of participation are valid. But I hope that for most of them that they see the chance and take the opportunity to really come back next year and use the chance and the platform that Glasstec provides for the kickoff of the industry again.
Yes, and behind you there's the old poster with the old date.
Sorry.
Next year it's June.
Next year it's June, sorry, it was just last week announced, so we don't have the new posters yet.
Do you think it has consequences? Because in summer, almost summer, you already said the agenda is full because there are a lot of shows, I understand, but in general, normally it's October, sometimes, I think 1 or 2 times it was in September, Glasstec, but normally it's always September, October, and now June.
Yeah. Now June, so it's an additional chance, I think, for next year for the industry. But of course, right, it will not be a normal Glasstec. We do expect a different show next year, but if the travel and quarantine regulations are then set back to normal, we do still expect a, excuse me, there's a next appointment popping into the camera, but I'm sure that next year we would still see a higher internationality and a higher attendance of Glasstec as we could have seen this year in October.
Okay.
And I hope for the Dutch exhibitors and visitors to return as well to Glasstec for next year.
Yes, well, we are also very sad because it's one of the highlights of the year. In our calendar also, of course, meeting each other. Last question, is there a cooperation with Vitrum? Because, well, we have two big shows. Glasstec is the biggest, of course, but normally it's the even years it's Glasstec, the uneven years it's Vitrum. Is there a cooperation next year?
Well, what we do have is a cooperation with the GMAF,
Mm-hmm.
so with the association representing the Italian technology suppliers, not especially with the show, but with the association.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we would like to continue this cooperation.
Yeah, but the Vitrum,
But
it's
for
another
a
event.
trade show, we're both trade show organizers,
Yeah.
but we will surely do our very best to help GMAF to be represented the best at Glasstec.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Well, thank you for your time, and
Thank you, Marco.
I wish you a nice summer, and let's speak each other maybe beginning of September, when
That'd be nice.
the promotion of Glasstec starts.
Thank you very much for your time and your interest.
Yes.
Take care, right? Stay safe.
You also. Thank you.
And enjoy the summer too.
Okay, all the best.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.